Okay, so we're picking back up where we left off yesterday, and how about that? That First Peter 2, where he is calling us. He says, "Beloved, come on, pages, as aliens, strangers, and exiles in this world." And then he goes on to say, "Conduct yourselves properly, honorably, righteously among the Gentiles, so that although they may slander you as evildoers, yet they may by witnessing your good deeds come to glorify God in the day of inspection, when God shall look upon you wanderers," again, wanderers, "as pastor or shepherd looks over his flock." You know, we can go to Ephesians 2:19. We can back up into 18. "For it is through him," Jesus, "that we both, whether far off or near, have an introduction or access by one, the Holy Spirit, to the Father, so that we are able to approach him. Therefore you are no longer outsiders, exiles, immigrants, and aliens, excluded from the rights of citizens, but now you share citizenship with the saints, God's own people, consecrated and set apart for himself, and you belong to God's own household. You are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, with Jesus Christ himself as the cornerstone." And then that goes on, but this is Ephesians 2, 18 and 19. "But we belong to God's own household," and he is preparing a place for us, which we're going to be there pretty soon. But I'm telling you these things because of it, adding to the fact that we walk through this deep, dark, and sunless valley. In Ephesians 1, Ephesians 2, verses 1 and 2, it says, "In you he made alive when you were dead and slain by your trespasses and sins, in which at one time you walked habitually," just the way you lived. "You were following the course and fashion of this world, were under sway of the tendency of this present age, following the prince of the power of the air." That is the enemy, the prince of the air, Satan. Of course, when Adam and Eve handed their God-given authority over to Satan by choosing to follow his voice and listen to him instead of obeying God, they gave Satan their authority. So this earth, Paul tells us in the New Testament that this earth groans, creation groans under the weight of sin and the rule of the enemy. And so you and I that just leads to my thought process of the valley of the shadow of death being this low point or condition, framed in by two high points: the Garden of Eden at creation, and then new heaven and new earth that is coming soon. That this deep, dark valley, that we are aliens and strangers. Philippians 3:20 says, "We are citizens of the state, a commonwealth, and homeland which is in heaven." 2 Chronicles 29:15 says, "We are only foreigners living here on earth for a while." That's from the Contemporary English Version. So, shadow of death, translated in the Hebrew, I was, of course, looking up that particular phrase and some things that it gave me for this phrase and where it's used in Psalm 23. The shadow of death, or death shadow, deep shadow, or valley of extreme danger. Valley of extreme danger. Well, if you watch the news, if you look around anything, do we see any good news anymore? Does anybody ever tell us about good news? But valley of extreme danger. And the reason I'm going to, let's just go there. Let's look at John 10:10, which is one you all know very well. He said, "The thief comes only in order to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have and enjoy life and have it in abundance to the full till it overflows." The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And 1 Peter 5:8, go go back to Peter. He says, be well balanced, temperate, sober of mind, be vigilant and cautious at all times. For that enemy of yours, the devil, roams around like a lion, roaring in fierce hunger, seeking someone to seize upon and devour. Well, if that doesn't sound like extreme danger, I'm not sure what would. So I'm going to leave you with those thoughts today, and we're going to pick up here again tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye.